Hey everybody, Healthy Prepper here. Just thinking back to the early days of prepping and where my head was at the time, and I had to have a little chuckle about myself because the very first thing that I ran out when my prepper bell went off and I had to prep was coffee. Apparently I went into a panic thinking that there was not going to be any coffee anymore, and I kept thinking to myself, oh my god, I'm never going to be able to do any of the other preps if I don't have the energy from my coffee. So off I went like a little rabbit and basically got bags of the stuff. And, you know, it's kind of funny where the head goes immediately when you first start going down the prepper journey. I mean, I guess the logical thing would be to get the beans and the rice first, but that came much later in the game for me for some reason. Yep, just couldn't imagine facing life without coffee. And pictured my neighbors fighting over it in the streets. First, initially, during the early days, we'd be sharing cups of coffee because, you know, we all thought this would not last for a long time. But then as time went on, all of a sudden we realized this might last longer than we'd hoped, and all of a sudden there were fights over the local coffee. So, my next phase was to go get vacuum-sealed bags and vacuum-seal them again and put oxygen absorbers in there so I could really save my coffee for the long term. But you know, the funny end of this story is really the fact that I don't drink coffee anymore. I actually gave it up about a year or so ago. And thanks to my little nephew who gave me a great cup of Cuban coffee that sent my heart banging to, you know, kingdom come, I thought, holy moly, I got to get off this stuff because it took me about 2 weeks to get over the headaches of coming off the coffee, and I thought, nah, I'm never going to drink it again. But Hubby Prepper does love his coffee, so he's been diligently going through the bags, and we probably still have more than half of the bags left. So I was just curious to hear, when you first started prepping, what was the very first thing that you ran out and got just because for some reason you just couldn't face life without it? Were you kind of kooky like me, or did you go get the logical stuff? Guess I can use it for bartering and stuff, but I'd certainly have to work it out with Hubby Prepper first, because he's going to want to keep it. I know he is. He's probably a 5 or 6 cup a dayer. Anyway, those are the thoughts of the day. Happy and healthy prepping.